Hello and welcome to another Weblog Any Car with me, Sheridan. Today I've got something that's slightly different, I suppose, because I am in a van. So this is the new Vauxhall Combo Cargo van. This van I'm using in this video is the standard wheelbase Combo Cargo limited edition nav. It is powered by a 1.5 turbo diesel engine with a power output of 130 PS and 300 Newton meters of torque. Let's start with the interior, which I think is one of the best parts to this van. Now, there are some hard plastics here, but it is a van, and you know, using that as an armrest, it's actually quite comfy. But you can do that to it, it doesn't mark. And to be fair, being used daily, that's what you're gonna want. That is what you're gonna want. It doesn't scratch. That's good. With this steering, my hands just fall perfectly in the 2:45 driving position. And that is how I drive this van. Visibility is just, it's brilliant for this windscreen. It's enormous. You can see everything. And it's kind of interesting because obviously you're not as high as a big van as such. But you're not as low down as a car, so you're kind of in between, higher than an SUV. All-round visibility is very good. And don't let people fool you by saying, oh, it's just a PSA stock unit, you know, Peugeot, Citroën, because Vauxhall have actually put their own little touches to it with the switch gears, like I said before, with the steering wheel as well, and also with the dials. It's got its own little Vauxhall touches to it. And because this is the limited edition nav version, it comes as standard with a DAB radio, an 8-inch colour touchscreen, satellite navigation with European coverage, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. 2 electric front windows, heated and electric door mirrors, temperature controlled air conditioning, rather nice to hold flat bottom steering wheel with adjustment for rake and reach, cruise control with speed limit function, manual lumbar adjustment for the driver's seat, remote central lock-in with alarm, front fog lights, 16-inch alloy wheels and rear parking sensors. This van is cubby hold galore. So the back of the door here, drivers on the passenger side, you have this little cubby hole that has a little lip in it, so you can put something in there, whatever it may be. Normal sized door pockets here, which are quite deep. My hand sanitizer there, but yeah, which is actually quite deep. Then inside you have 2 cup holders, drivers, passenger's side there. Behind the infotainment screen is a cubby hole here as well. Then down here there's also a cubby hole which goes there. I'm not too sure what you put there, maybe loose change as such. Here I suppose you can put pens and things like that. There's a little lip so it will stay there. Down on the passenger side there's another cubby hole here which is quite deep as well. And then we go to the glove compartment, which is pretty deep. There you go. That's my hand all the way in there. Okay, that is a big glove compartment. One of my favourite little cubby holes above the driver and the passenger, you've got overhead storage. There you go. Which is kind of cool. And then above the dashboard, it's another little cubby hole as well. Put anything in there, keys, I don't know, sunglasses. Very discreet. Cubby holes everywhere. It's brilliant. Another good feature of the Combo Cargo van is the fact that these doors actually open wider. Flick this back, giving you easier access into the rear. The cargo area in the back of this combo has been fitted with dealer fitment plywood. You do get these fixing lugs, 6 of them in total, so you can secure anything in the back, stop it from moving around whilst you're driving. As it stands now, it has a total load volume of 3.3 cubic meters. The width between the rear wheel arches is 1,229 millimeters, which is actually wide enough to fit a Euro pallet in. If you're looking to order a new van, I do recommend looking at the FlexCargo Pack. Here are my reasons why. So the passenger seat, the base lifts up and actually secures like that, leaving this area here if you want to load anything in. You can also put this back down, do the same thing again. That's metal, so you can load anything on there, and then you've got the load through. So if you want to put something that's run along like piping or a ladder or anything like that, extends the actual cargo bay. Very good option. If I was going to put the flap down and the bulkhead, that would extend it to 3.8 cubic meters. Under the middle seat is a really useful storage bin. Looks like that. And if no one's sitting there, you can just fold the seat down. And you have this table here as well. That when I'm driving, to be fair, I use it as a bit of an armrest. And if there's anything you need to secure in there as well. Very useful. Little bulkhead, there's actually some little hangers here. Put whatever, I don't know, hang your coat up. Once again, useful. This is for metal. Middle seat is quite comfy. You can fit another one of me in here. Now it's time to get this van out on the road and tell you exactly what it's like to drive. I've never been so comfy driving a van before. It is really relaxing, and I think it's probably got something to do with this driving position, because you are sitting. It's almost as if you're in an armchair, I suppose. Now, you don't get any of that kind of pitching and rolling that you do with some other vans. You definitely don't get the bangs and clangs that I've experienced in other vans as well. This combo drives really like a car, which has me a little bit kind of puzzled, really. As you can tell, this road is quite bumpy actually, but it's just a little bit, I suppose you could say, a little bit of tyre noise. Apart from that is it. It's you know, I'm trundling along this A road. It's just relaxing. There's no fuss. It goes in the bump, goes back out. There isn't a lot of body roll, but I think it's the fact that it does not wallow around or anything, or pitch from side to side or any of that. It's almost flat and level when you're driving, and this is how vans should be, really, when you think about it. With the amount of miles and things that you'd be doing in a van, you want a van that can soak up the mileage, and when you get to your destination, you feel refreshed and, you know, ready to do whatever you got to do. One of the other things as well is the gear changes. It's pretty slick. It's not a very long throw, but you can just stroke it into whatever gear that you want. No fuss. This van should be called the Vauxhall Combo No Fuss. It really is. It's ready for business. But please do not judge any of the previous combo vans, because this is nothing like, worlds apart. Worlds apart. It's obviously from a different era, but this is nothing like the previous vans before. Nothing like it. So you've got comfort and the ability to carry load, and a lot of load. And I'm guessing that are the vital things that you need from a van. Now I'm guessing if you're looking at this or watching this video, you may be interested in a combo van. I will tell you that servicing is every 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever one comes first. I love the driving position and just the steering wheel, the flat bottom steering wheel, the fact that my hands just sit at a 2:45 position. The dials all in front of me displayed nice and big, easy to read actually. All the buttons and switchgear in this vehicle actually, in this van, all easy to see, to press. They've got a good feeling to them as well actually. Because at the end of the day, I know I talked earlier about the interior made of plastic and not being a scratch, but it's what you're going to want from a van, isn't it? At the end of the day, you're going to want durability. It's going to be used, isn't it? So, there's a trade-off there. But I think Vauxhall have done really well with the fact of the plastics that they used in here do not look cheap. The grain effect. It's nice. Is it right for a van to feel light and nimble whilst you're driving it? If you're doing lots of miles, or if you're in stop-start traffic, doing lots of deliveries, you want a van that soaks up all the bumps and all the knocks from the road, like this does. The steering is on the light side, I would say. But once again, if you're going to be travelling lots of miles or in and out of traffic to job, you don't want to be you don't want to drive in a vehicle with a heavy steering wheel, giving you feedback of everything that's going on the road below, do you really? No. So, in this sense, Vauxhall, they've got it right with this. It's easy. I find myself almost just want to be driving around, especially in town, almost one-handed. The steering is that light that it's speed sensitive, but when you are, if you're parking or what have you, you can just turn the steering wheel easily with just one finger, round, which is actually enjoyable. I've been driving this van for quite a while now. I've done a bit of motorway driving, a bit of town driving. And I'm averaging around 51.3 miles per gallon is what the trip computer's telling me. I'm sure if I was to change gear when the van tells me to, with a little arrow pointing up or down, I could improve that even further. But 51.3 miles per gallon, I'm actually quite impressed with. If you need this size of van, I thoroughly recommend having a look at the new Combo. It really has surprised me on how well it drives, and I've been driving this for quite some time, and it hasn't worn off of me. Every time I just think to myself, this is just such a nice, easy drive. It's just so relaxing for a van. Anyway, so yes, basically what I'm saying is, if you need a new van, go and have a look at the new Vauxhall Combo, because I am really impressed, especially with this 1.5 turbo diesel engine. I'm really impressed with it. This is for the 6-speed gearbox, just how it drives, the suspension, the view out the windscreen, all of it. I am really impressed with it. So, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a like. If you've got any questions or comments, please stick them below. I'll answer back. And as I say, subscribe, please. And as I always say, whatever you're driving, I hope it's enjoyable. And I'll see you very soon for the next one. Bye for now.